Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into what some people are calling the Tesla dilemma.
That's right. We're using Diana Wolf Torres's article, Service, Sales, and Ethics, as our main guide here.
Yeah, it's a great piece. And we've got some other bits too, like a YouTube review of a Model 3, some general EV maintenance info, critiques of Tesla and Musk, and even a video of an autopilot glitch.
All kind of adding color to Torres's main points.
Exactly. So the mission today is really to understand the contradictions of owning a Tesla these days, moving past the headlines a bit.
And Torres kicks off with something pretty surprising, actually, her experience with Tesla service.
Right. It was unexpectedly positive. She talks about the mobile service tech showing up on time, being friendly.
And no upsells. That's a big one for car service, isn't it?
Totally. She called it seamless, personal, and quietly revolutionary, which is quite the description for getting your car fixed.
And it seems it's not just an anecdote. Tesla's own report mentions, over 30% of their service visits in North America are remote now?
Yeah, that's a pretty big number. It really speaks to how different the service model can be.
And that ties into the whole EV maintenance picture, which both Torres and the other EV info sheet highlight.
Fewer moving parts. That's the core of it, isn't it? Like 20-something parts versus potentially thousands in a gas engine.
Exactly. No oil changes.
Yeah.
Brakes lasting longer because of that regenerative braking.
Right, where the motor slows the car down.
Yeah. And the U.S. Department of Energy backs this up, talking about less maintenance, potentially cutting service costs by like 40 or even 50%.
Of course, you still have tires, filters, that kind of thing, but it's a different ballgame.
Definitely. But then Torres shifts gears quite dramatically in the article.
Yeah, she contrasts that smooth service side with, the sales figures. A 13% drop globally in early 2025 deliveries.
And some specific markets saw much bigger drops. The UK, Quebec. Really sharp declines mentioned there.
So what's driving that, according to the sources?
Well, Torres points to a few things, and the critiques echo this. There's definitely some backlash discussed regarding Elon Musk's public persona and politics.
Okay.
Plus, more competition flooding the market, and maybe Tesla's own product line feeling a bit stagnant to some.
It's such a weird split, though, because Torres also mentions owner loyalty is still really high. Most owners say they'd buy another Tesla.
It's a real paradox. The product itself seems to hold strong appeal for those who have one.
But then Torres makes her own personal decision clear she wouldn't buy another one, cites irreconcilable values.
Yeah.
That felt significant.
Yeah, it personalizes the dilemma. And speaking of values, she brings up those pretty serious allegations from Bill Gates about Musk's influence on USAID funding cuts.
Right. The article mentions accusations about cuts impacting things like maternal care, HIV programs.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy stuff cited from sources like UNICEF and WHO. We're just reporting what the article states here, of course.
Absolutely. It adds that ethical layer that Torres is exploring, part of what she calls the sort of external chaos around the company.
Okay, so you've got service, sales, ethics, and then there's the tech itself. We saw that YouTube review, right? The initial impressions.
Yeah, the reviewer seemed quite taken with it initially. The one-pedal driving, the blind spot cameras, even the navigation voice. Pretty positive.
But then you see the other video, the Model 3 glitching on autopilot.
Oof, yeah. That was concerning. The car just veering off the road.
And the point made there was about the system relying primarily on cameras and AI without maybe the range of sensors some competitors use.
Exactly. And how things like, bright sun glare or heavy rain could potentially interfere with the cameras. That owner ended up disabling the full self-driving feature because of safety worries.
Preferring the basic auto steer instead. It really highlights that the technology, while advanced, isn't, separate from potential real-world issues or this larger context Torres describes.
So it all kind of circles back to this core tension.
Yeah, you've got this appealing tech, genuinely convenient service, the lower maintenance, that's one side.
And on the other, leadership controversies, ethical questions raised in the sources, sales pressures, and ongoing questions about the autonomous driving tech's reliability.
It leaves you, the listener, in an interesting spot. How do you weigh all that?
Right. As this whole EV space keeps changing, what's ultimately going to drive your decisions? Is it just the car, or is it all this other stuff too?
It's definitely more complicated than just picking a car model. Something to think about.
Indeed. We recommend checking out Torres' piece if you want to dive even deeper.
Thanks for tuning in to the Deep Dive.